everybody, welcome to another On the Paint Table. This is my weekly show about what I got done, what I've been working on, and what's coming up in future projects. So this week, I had a hiatus. It's been about a 2-week period and a whole bunch of time not painting because I was at Adepticon. But the cool thing about Adepticon is I got to walk around, check out a lot of the stuff in the vendor's hall. Not everything. I was kind of super busy. I got swept away a lot, and the whole thing is kind of a blur, but I did connect with some of the folks from various games that you guys have already enjoyed and grab a few new models, as well as start a few new projects. So I haven't painted a whole lot since the last time you saw me, but I have started a whole bunch of projects and have a whole bunch of new deadlines. So anyway, let's take a look at what I finished in the last 2 weeks and what's coming up. So first off, here's my painted pile, things I got done. So before I left, I painted a couple more Cadwallon miniatures for Confrontation. These are 2 Cadway Militia, just down on their luck soldiers. I love these guys so much. Beautiful miniatures. I have the veterans as well, and the 2 Cadway sergeants to go with them, and that's going to kind of fill up my militia, as well as some crossbows. So to go with what I painted already, which is Sith Morris, one of the Cadway sergeants, his weapon bearer, and Aya. I got 6 miniatures painted now for my Cadwallon force. I'm pretty excited about it. Hopefully someone's going to challenge me to some Confrontation soon, so I can play a game and just spur me on to finish the last few models to get to my first 300 points. And then I finished 5 of my first 13 models for Wrath of Kings. Having been on a Confrontation kick, it has been fun to paint some spiritual successor minis, which are by Cool Mini or Not, and this is Wrath of Kings. I'm painting this up because I'm going to Cool Mini or Not Expo in May. You guys will see me there. I'll be doing some telecasting live from the event for some of the finals and stuff, and hopefully playing in some events too. And we've got a patrol. This is the first chunk. So the way that Wrath of Kings works is it's almost a point-free system. It uses a system called ranks to fill out your army roster, and I have to paint a patrol amount of guys because we're going to do a little escalation league here at the studio. So I'm doing Goritsi, which are kind of like the Transylvanians almost. They're kind of like the horror faction. Their jam is like werewolves, mercenaries, who are kind of like gypsy looking, and vampires. So I painted a Scorza Alpha, first of all, one of my ranks of leaders. This guy's a big, as you can see, like murder werewolf. Beautiful miniature. The wrist blades and stuff very much in keeping with like the classic look of the old Confrontation wolf, and just a beautiful miniature. A lot of fun to paint. Plastic too. I don't know if you guys know, but all these miniatures are plastic. Not styrene plastic, but a high-speed injection plastic. And then I've got a unit of Scorza Skirmishers. This is 6 ranks of infantry. So there's 3 classes of things in this game. There's leaders, infantry, and specialists. In a patrol, you have to have 2 ranks of leaders, 12 ranks of infantry, and 2 ranks of specialists. I have a full army. So far I have 7 ranks of infantry because I also painted one of my sword dancers, who I didn't realize until later has the top of her horn like either miscast or broken off, because there's like a horn on top of that hat. But she's still a pretty model, not really super worried about it. And she's one of the vampire ladies, sword dancer, and then the skirmishers are also infantry. So 3 unique sculpts for the skirmishers, all in plastic, and then the alpha has a unique sculpt, and I think there's 2 different sculpts for the vampire ladies. That takes us over to the upcoming stuff. I'm gonna try and finish this before I move on to anything else. And this is the remainder of my patrol for Wrath of Kings. I've got my other, this puts me at 8 ranks of infantry, my other sword dancer, the alternate sculpt. And then I have 4 Raven Scar mercenaries for the kind of gypsy dudes. There's 2 sculpts for them as well. And then my second leader is going to be this guy right here, which is the Raven Scar mercenary captain with a crossbow. It gives you a little bit of range juice, and some other leader abilities to group activate and stuff. And this is kind of like my skirmishing screen, I guess. Mostly I just picked these guys to paint a selection of the miniatures to try out painting all the models before I actually played the game. And as I decide what I like, I'll paint into different guys. And these are my 2 specialists. A Scourge Hound, who's that lady wolf right there. She's kind of like a ninja with like a fighting blade and a big scimitar. And a Shield Breaker, who's a big bruiser. And they're both 1 rank specialists. So that gives me all the ranks I need. So I'll have, basically when it's all painted, I'll have these 2 ranks of leaders. I'll have 6 ranks of infantry, which is, the Raven Scar, the 2 sword dancers, and these 3, they're rank 2 infantry, so they're big infantry because they have more hit points and stuff. And then 2 ranks of specialists, which is the Shield Breaker and the Scourge Hound. And that's like the starting level, it's a patrol. When you get to the next level, you get to have 18 ranks of infantry, another rank of leader. I think you have 3 ranks of leader, and then you can take optionally 2 options of either 3 more ranks of infantry or 1 more rank of specialist. So like you could have, I guess, 24 ranks of infantry if you want, or you could have 4 ranks of specialists, or yada yada. So, but that's painting for a later time after I've actually played a game and tried to patrol. My buddy Jay's painting into his Technies, which will be fun to play with. Owen's painting some Nazir, and then we've got Hadros being painted by Jan Paul for some extra bits and bobs going around. And I think actually even Steve from Any Wargaming is painting some Nazir as well to give the game a go. So you should see some games. We're going to do a little Escalation League over the course of the summer for this stuff. And then other upcoming things. Well, I went a little Bushido crazy when I was at Adepticon. I picked up some more stuff from my Ito, which is the Ashigaru, and then Jiru, the Ashigaru leader, the Bannerman, just to like kind of give me some more options for my Ito. And then I got some of the mercenaries as well. I got Yukio, who's the emissary, and then the Golden Sentinel. And they'll both fight for my Ito as well. And the Golden Sentinel is like an additional samurai guy. He's like an Imperial Guard, basically a wandering guard. And then I picked up a second faction because I gave Owen my Cult of Ure to paint, and he really likes the ghosts and the monsters, so I picked up all the ninjas. Like, literally. I think there's actually 1 new ninja I might not have, but I don't think it was available. So, 8 of the 9 ninja clan to play ninjas with. So, I'm pretty excited about them. They're kind of an elite force. Like, there's nobody really less than, like, 8 rice, I think, in the whole thing. Like, they're all pretty heavy hitting because they're ninjas. And some of them are, like, crazy heavy hitting. But I'm excited to paint them. The models look rad. They kind of exemplify to me what Bushido is, like, having ninjas and samurais fighting each other. Just makes sense. And then last but not least, I got some of the new Guild Ball Season 3, Season Brisket. I'm so stoked to paint her and have a striker captain in my Union. I like my Brewers. I like my Masons. I gotta say, though, my Union's my favorite team, just because they're so different and challenging to play. They build into all kinds of different like build styles, and having a captain drive them, it's not just like a meat bus like Rage or Veteran Rage, or kind of like an all-rounder, jack of all trades like Blackheart is, and just go straight to striker is going to be super fun. So I'm really excited to play the Season Brisket. I also picked up Crucible and Locust. I don't know if I'm going to play these factions yet, but I'm going to paint these guys, and probably start building into them just to give them a go. And that's going to give me more options for the game as I go on, maybe just start another team. So there it is. Thanks to the guys at Steamforce for sending these over to check out. I'll get them painted relatively soon. And I'm stoked to get. Actually, it's funny because we went for this big dry spell Bushido, and there's this big like spike of interest. I had 2 folks come in and play some games a couple weeks ago. You'll see this up soon. And then I have like at least 2 other book dates of people coming to play Bushido with me. So I'm pretty stoked. I'm gonna get these guys painted too. I mean, it's not a lot of models. It's only 8, 10, 12 miniatures to paint, and I've got a second faction and like some mercenaries and more options and stuff too. So gonna crank this out, then I'm probably gonna hit up Veteran Brisket, just take a break, and then I'm gonna paint up this Bushido stuff. Probably starting with the mercenaries. Yeah, I don't know. I just want to dive right into the ninjas. They look so much fun. And they're all in black, so I can just like prime them, airbrush them, and then like crank them out super fast. I haven't decided yet. I don't know what I'm gonna start with, but yeah, I'm gonna finish this first, move on probably to Brisket just to get her done, and then move on to these guys. So you have another on the paint table done for this week. Lots of different things done, and lots of new projects on the go. So hope you guys enjoyed that. You'll see next week on Saturday what I got finished, hopefully in the next 7 days. And until then, I'm Ash. Have a good day.